Hi, I'm Miguel Castro and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 1 of a 4-part series of how to make your own scrapbooks. Now, scrapbook is always a great way to enjoy an activity with your children, and lately scrapbooks are being used for school projects as well. But scrapbooks are not very cheap when bought in an art store. And in terms of scrapbooking, we always want something that is personalized. And so today, I'm going to show you how to make your own scrapbook from ordinary materials that you can find at home. This first part of the series will deal only with all the materials that you have to prepare so that you will have enough time to decide which materials is best suited for your planned project. So let's start. So the basic tools that I use is a scissor. I prefer the metal ones rather than those very light scissors with plastic handles. We will be needing a ruler. I always prefer metal ruler than plastic or wood because I use a utility cutter all the time, and whenever I use a utility cutter on it, the tendency it always scrapes a little bit the side of a plastic or a wooden ruler. So, and then we're going to need a pencil. We're going to need a brush. This is like a 1-inch brush, which is enough for us to use to paint later on. But on the first part, we're going to use it to apply glue on our cover. And then, of course, a utility cutter. We're going to need a dish. We have to dilute the glue that we're going to use. And speaking of glue, we're going to use a PVA glue or a wood glue. Some people call it Elmer's glue, white glue. Basically, all of them are almost the same. They are all water-based. So some of them are very thick. Some of them are not that thick anymore. And this one that I'm using is a little bit thick, so I have to dilute it with a little bit of water. That's why I have the dish. And then we're going to need a house paint. This is a leftover. We can use whatever color you want. Glue gun, and of course some glue sticks. A ribbon to bind our scrapbook in the end, and another material that can be used for binding is a string. You can use whatever string you want. It just so happened that I have this. I think this is a nylon cord that looks like a faux leather, like a fake leather. Any string will do that you prefer, as long as it would look nice on your scrapbook. We would also be needing a piece of cloth to straighten out our paper when we're applying glue on it. For the cover itself, I found this board, which is the back part of an old calendar. So I've already taken out the calendar because it was from 2 years ago. So you can see that the spiral wires are still attached to it. So this is thick enough and good enough to be used as cover for our scrapbook. And then I have an extra one that we would be able to use as a box for the scrapbook that we're going to make, because we're going to make a very special scrapbook and it has to come with a box. And then I got some art paper which we're going to use as cover for the inside part. It doesn't have to be an art paper. You can use whatever colored paper that's around your house that you prefer. It doesn't even have to be plain. Something decorative. And then for the cover, we will use three kinds of paper because I'm going to show you three kinds of cover so that you will have an idea on the different behavior of paper when glue is applied on it. So one, we're going to use craft paper so that we can design something on it and then use house paint on it just to give you, different types of scrapbook design. We would also be needing a gift wrapper. It doesn't have to be new. You can use used gift wrapper. I'm sure your mom or your sister is keeping some used wrappers. And handmade paper. These are just leftover from my other projects, but this will be perfect. We would also be needing some newspaper, and then we are going to use a presser. Now, the reason why I have this piece of cloth is that if you don't have the presser, I'm going to show you how to use to straighten out the paper on top of our cover to make it look really flat. But if you want it to look really good and professional, I made this makeshift book presser. Now this is a 4 pieces of plank. This is just a little bit bigger than an A4. I was using 4 pieces of it because I was doing multiple scrapbooks at that time. That's why I have this. But you can only use 2 pieces of wood. And then if you notice, there is a foot for my clamp to sit in at the bottom. I'm sure our uncle or our father, our brother has a clamp in his garage or something. You don't have to buy one. And this is what we're going to use to tighten up the pieces of wood together when our cover is already in between, and then tighten it up, which will serve as our book press. And then for the book body, we are going to use the ordinary A4 paper, and because that's the usual size that the students use, and that's what's always readily available in an art shop. I will see you next time. Go and prepare all of these materials, and then we are going to start with the second episode, which is how to make and assemble your scrapbooking cover. See you soon, but please do not forget to like, share, and most importantly to subscribe to this channel so that I can make more of these kinds of videos. See you again next time.